Okay, mate. Yeah, I hope you're well. PDA, you like how the sellers are getting exhausted. Let's have a look at it. Yeah, the monthly selling decreasing. Yeah, first off, just some sort of a breakdown, like a fake down, hopefully. Often when you get these trend lines, like bottoms usually do fake out below three drive structures, if you want to call it that. These three drive structures are often falling wedges, something like this. So definitely worth keeping an eye on this fake out here. Can this be a major low? Sorry, I just got interrupted there. I forget what I was saying, but yeah, these falling wages can often mark major bottoms, and it's often like a three drive structure, one, two, three. So it is interesting, as you were talking about, yeah, the selling volume um, decreasing overall, and then sometimes you can get, somewhere along the line, just say it moves back up in here. Sometimes you can get a move up, which can be breakout volume here, and then you kind of get that increase in volume again as this builds and breaks out. So it is interesting. I would be watching here to see if it can bounce and this fake down can hold. If it can hold and we break up and continue to build in here, sometimes it's only months afterwards that it actually breaks up and breaks out. But the low can often happen months previously. So that it may be where we're here because it's a bit of a fake down. So we've got to keep watching that. Now, it doesn't mean you have to knife catch it. You can wait for sort of confirmation or see if this is holding before breaking out, and then potentially, maybe trade a new 3 day candle. If you're willing to average down, that's different. If you're willing to buy a little bit here and try and knife catch that low, and then if it went a bit lower, then average into these lows and build a position. That is one option. The other option, of course, would be to trade a new 3 month candle or whatever. The easiest way to trade, the easiest way to make money, and probably the safest way, is to buy into green candles because, green 3 month candles, for example, this is still red. It's a bit of a knife catch, but it's potentially going to form some sort of a doji candle. Well, there's still 2 months left basically, but if this could form a doji candle here, well, this might actually be the low. There's a possibility that the low is right here. Then on a new quarter, maybe it's going to do that. Something like here. If it can form this doji, well, this would be the low. And then, well, if something like this plays out, it would be the low. But there's a potential of a doji forming here, which is very interesting. As we talked about, the other option is to trade the new green candle, right? So something like that, and then look to buy here, and then on anticipation of it flipping green, and that would be also anticipation because you've already watched it. Let me go back to the chart. We've already watched this base take shape, and maybe we can see a red 200 forming on a chart and a potential for a daily apex to play out. So although this may be the low, but it can be safer and give more confidence, more evolved, and the chart might be more ready to have a green 3 month candle. It really depends. Do you want to try the safe option, which would mean wait and trade the new 3 month candle, or a knife catch and average in? So yeah, there is no volume here. There's no capitulation. Um, Slightly disappointing, no volume on this drop, but you don't always get that either. Let's just have a look here. I want to see the monthly. Yeah, so you can see the monthly. So the monthly is still red. There's even the possibility of trading a new month. This month going to flip green? I don't think so. I don't think so. But and even if it did, it would create a large wick here, and those large wicks are usually filled again. So even if this did bounce from here, there's usually going to be some dip down back into the wick. If this popped up and flipped green, it would leave a large wick, which usually later gets filled. So I don't think there's real need to FOMO into it. I think if it's going to develop bullishly, there are still going to be opportunities to get on board. If we look at the weekly, the weekly is very nice. That is a decent candle. If you're looking for a trade or a shorter term trade, in the near term or whatever, well, this is developing pretty nice. There, if you can see, the 5 days left. So Hopefully it doesn't run too much from here. And next week, you'd be looking for a sort of buy in there, um, and potentially, a buy and a flip green to see if this could give, a nice entry point for here for a bit of a move for a short term trade. And that short term trade, if you're buying down here, can actually be close to a major low. So definitely worth watching on a new week candle as well. If you look at it there, even if he traded, well, see here or here, there's a wick here. If you bought into the wick somewhere, there was still, that's a 50, 60% bounce on that. I'm not saying the next one will bounce 50, 60, but, even bounces back up. Um, and the reason why I'm saying back up here is because this is your last previous high. If you look here, this is your last previous high. So there is room for major bounces here without actually breaking the structure. So it can bounce up here all at once and it's still within the bearish downtrend and structure because it hasn't created a higher high yet. So you can see, let's zoom out a little bit. You can see here there's sort of highs here. It bounced right up and still created lower highs. You can see here, it bounced right up into here, created lower highs. So this could also bounce right up in here and still create lower highs, while maintaining that overall downtrending structure in here, as it continues to form this base, and potentially before it breaks out, before it has a real breakout, there still can be these large bounces. That's a 50% bounce. So next week definitely is worth watching. Anyway, mate, yeah, I hope you're well, and I'll talk to you soon.